Hello, everyone. This is Dorcas Chandler at dorcasgazelle.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited about today because it's a good day. I want to just talk about some things that are happening to me on my journey, and I hope they will encourage you and inspire you. Sunday morning I woke up and I have not been feeling well, and some things going on in my body, and so it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got up and I was just sitting on the bed, and then I said, "Hey, I got to get a pen," and I came in my office, I got a pen, and I went back, and so I was just writing some of my thoughts down, and so I want to talk today just quickly about what happens in the middle. And in December, I recorded about how that I went to the Christmas lights and I was just really excited, and I'm coming back and I'm going to start walking and I'm going to start doing this, walking outside, just a whole lot of stuff, and I was excited, and about what I was going to continue to do on my weight loss journey. And then what happened was that was in December. And then in January, I had put all these goals together. I'm going to make new memories. And I was working and striving to do all these things. And so some of the things were coming to pass, and then some of them weren't. And so then all of a sudden, February came. And when February came, here I go. I'm getting ready to go outside and it's raining. And not only is it raining, I get sick. And so once I get sick, then I'm wondering, okay, now what are you going to do? So the excitement starts to wear off because of the things that I had put my mind to or set my mind to do. Because of my excitement, was not happening. And in psychology it's called hedonic adaptation. It's like this treadmill of life. And so I just want to talk about, what happens when we're on the treadmill of life, when we're just so excited, because excitement doesn't last. You will normally come back down to a normal place. Or if you're sad, sadness shouldn't last, and you'll normally come to a normal place again. So, what happens in the middle? What happens when, we get our hopes and our expectations up, and we're looking for these things, and we're just excited, and we're telling people, this is going to happen, and I'm going to do this, and yes, I made this, and I got my degree in this, and I'm studying this, and, just all these things that make us excited because we have accomplished goals. When we accomplish something, it makes us excited, or at least it should. So anyway, Sunday, I'm in the middle of what I'm doing, and I'm sitting up and I'm writing on my sheets, and I'm telling God, about the weight. Not WEIGHT, but the WAIT. I started this in 2015, and we're in 2018, and I'm going into 3 years, and what I set forth as goals are, this weight, WEIGHT, is not coming off of me like I want it to come off of me, and so now I'm in the middle, and which way am I going to let the pendulum swing? And so when things start swinging to the left, and I can't understand why I should not be weighing less than what I am weighing now, because I know that I have been diligent in trying to do the right thing. Now, I didn't say I do the right thing all the time, because I don't. And I promised you I will never, ever report something that's not true. But I normally do the right thing. And so, and I know that what I've been doing and with my exercise and with the disability that I have and just all the different things, I know I feel different in my mind. And I'm grateful for that because I was just so trapped in my emotion by so many things, but those things are no longer there. What's happening with the weight? So when you get in the middle, you're right there in the middle. What happens in the middle? And so the thing I was asking God, I said, God, I feel like I'm running out of fuel. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm asking God, how do I refuel? How do you believe for so long for something that you think that's not going to take that long, and then all of a sudden it's taking seem like forever, and I was wondering, well, is this going to ever happen? I mean, what am I doing? I mean, should I keep believing? What? I mean, I just need something to hold on to. And this time it's not my walker. This time it's not death. It's not all these other things that have happened to me, because I'm releasing those things and letting those things go. And it's not even the pain of sitting up and the pain and agony of trying to go get something to eat. None of those things are roadblocks anymore. I can do things that I couldn't do before. So I'm stuck in the middle of trying to figure out which way should I go. And so when you're stuck in the middle and you don't know which way to go, and you've been really trying, and like I say all the time, yours may not be weight, but maybe it's something else that you have been really diligent in, and it just does not seem to be coming to pass. What do we do? So when I was really looking at the middle, if you shift to the excitement of when I see the lights and when I see this and when I see that, when things happen the way that you want them to happen or the way I want them to happen, we tend to be excited. And that's a good thing. It's good to be excited. It's good to be encouraged. But then when it shifts the other way and things are not going the way that I want them or I anticipate them, what is happening in the middle? And when I was talking to God about that and just trying to really figure out, what's happening to me, because really, I'm telling you, I'm at a point where I just say, God, I need you. I need you to help me, because I'm losing momentum. And it's just like you go to the gas station, you fill up your car, that's fuel. You drive your car, you have to go back and refill. So how do I refuel that was in me in 2015 in 2018? And I believe this is Dorcas' journey, and this is what I believe. I believe that we have to understand the middle more than being excited. Because yes, excitement comes with the things that we achieve. That is a given. We are supposed to be excited. But when the pendulum swings right back to normalcy and things are just normal in our lives, whatever normal is, then we have to realize that what Dorcas had to realize was that he's building character in me, stamina in me, and these are just the things that was coming to me. Because sometimes the things that we're wanting, we're not prepared, we're not ready for them. What do you mean, Dorcas, you're not ready for them? I done did this and did that. I'm ready for it. But sometimes if our character or our integrity or even our motives are not channel in the right direction, sometimes God will allow us to wait and be built in the middle. The middle part is what strengthens us. It causes us to realize that um, just because you don't get it, are you willing to keep going? Just because things are not working out for you, are you going to throw in the towel? It shows us our integrity level. It shows us our commitment to what we're doing. Can you journey on? Or are you just going to throw in the towel and say, hey, forget this, it's not working? I don't know what your working is. I don't know what your thing is. Or can you say, I'm committed to this? And sometimes even saying you're committed to something when things just have been, it's been 3 years since I've been working on this one project. But I tell you, there's been people that have came up to me and said, you know what? You inspire me because you keep going. And in my mind, I'm saying, I'm glad I inspire you, but I want this to be over. But I realize it will never be over. Because eating right and exercise is something that I'm going to have to do for the rest of my life. But we want to get to this certain place. And you're working hard to get to this certain place. And it doesn't seem like you're getting to that certain place. But what God was showing me is, Dorcas, you don't even realize the things that you're doing now that you couldn't even do last year. And so when we're looking in a negative manner, or we're looking at where we want to go and where we are and what we think we should have and what we don't have, a lot of times is we're not looking at the steps that we've already taken. We're not looking at, look how long you've been doing it. Yes, look how long you've been doing it. But what about people that are going to be just like you, that struggle with their weight, or struggle in their marriage, or struggle with their kids and feeling like they're just having to wait? Can you tell them keep waiting? Or can you tell them, you know what, I would quit too? See, the character is being built. And then not only in the middle, what happens is, have you ever seen people that get something before their time and then they just get the big head? They just feel like, hey, you need to just bow down and worship me. But in the middle of the wait and the struggle and knowing that this is something that I'm working for, this is something that I'm persevering for, this is something that I believe for, and I'm not going to give up. You can turn back around and tell somebody, you know what? It took me X amount of years, but I didn't give up. And your testimony, or what you tell somebody about your struggle or your situation, can help people come up out of where they are. Now that sounds good, don't it? But it's easier said than done, because we have to hold on to hope and faith and believing that God is the one that's going to bring us out. Or at least that's my belief. So the struggle is real. It's really real. Weight is no joke. It's really not. But it's our thoughts, and it's our meditation. It's the things we're meditating on, and just that sometimes causes us to be defeated in our thinking. But if we can ever shift the focus, which I speak about a lot of times, and put our focus back on what we're supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing right now in my life I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be eating right and exercise. It's no surprise to God that I was born. Well, yeah, I was a heavy baby. My mom said I weighed over 10 pounds. But it's no surprise to God that I carried the weight that I carried for all these years and struggled and agonized and didn't like myself and went through a whole bunch of changes, because right today I'm able to talk to a lot of people and let them know that there is hope. So what happens in the middle is that we have to always position ourselves in our mind that there is going to be a middle. There's going to be a middle place. And if you don't know how to refuel, you will begin to come on empty or be on empty. And the next thing you know, or the next thing Dorcas know, she will abandon that she was working on. How many times have we abandoned something that we knew that we wanted to do, or something that was in our heart? We just simply let it go. And the reason why that is, if we're giving out more than we're taking in, and we're not replenishing ourselves. Like I talked about the car. If you could drive a car all day as long as you got gas in it. But if there's no gas in it, there's no fuel in it. And that's what happens to us. If we run out of gas because we don't refuel ourselves, if we don't speak positive affirmations into ourselves. Dorcas, you know, you couldn't stand up, but you can stand up now. You know, I'm not standing up as long as I desire, but guess what? I'm standing up. You remember how you used to go out in the kitchen and you could hardly sit out there for even time to even put mayonnaise on bread. I mean, do you remember those days? Do you remember times trying to get to the bathroom? Now you get up and you can walk to the bathroom. These are things that will refuel you when you could just retrospect and look back. And you might say, well, I look back, but I can't find nothing. If you can say that honestly, then there is really something wrong with the journey that you're on, because there is good. You can find good in something. I mean, if it ain't nothing but the sun came up today and air is still blowing and your lungs and your heart, you still got oxygen in your body, that's a good thing. So we have to look back in our journey. So when I look back in my journey and I look back at the people that have spoke life into me, now, everybody's not going to be for your journey. Some people, yeah, they might be sitting there wondering, I'm going to see how long she going to do this. People are not your dictator. You dictate. I dictate. God tells me what I'm going to do. So these are the things that I just wanted to say. In the middle is the place that we have to watch and be careful. And when I started to just encourage myself, see, sometimes we're looking for people to encourage us, and that is wonderful. I enjoy it. But I also have to know that I have to find solace and peace within myself, that when I'm feeling down and my phone don't ring, or and when I'm feeling down and nobody says nothing about me, I better be speaking to Dorcas and saying to Dorcas, hey, you've come a long way. So it's the thing in the middle. It's the thing in the middle. It could be your marriage. And you could just say, this thing is falling apart. And it's right there in the middle, right before you're getting ready to get the blessing, we give up. You know, and I'm talking to me. And I'm not telling you that I'm just saying, hey, it's easy. I'm telling you it's not. But I'm telling you, when I stop and I begin to evaluate my emotions and my feelings and what I need, I didn't used to do that. I always was centered on everybody else. But Dorcas stops and look. When I told God on Sunday morning, I said, God, I'm tired of the wait. WAIT. Meaning I felt like that I deserved to at least be 150 pounds lighter than than when I started. But it's not like that. It's not like that at all. And my exercising, sometimes I'm in the bed and I'm exercising. I'm sitting up doing exercise. I'm like, why are you doing this when your skin is still sagging? You're doing it because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Is it about your sagging skin or your body getting healthy? I told you I would report the truth. And I'm telling you, and then I realized that age has a factor. I'm not 21, 22 either. But the fact is that I'm doing what God has told me to do in a later age of my life. A later stage of my life is better put. So I want to just encourage you that if you're in the middle, right in the middle of a situation and you've been doing it for a long time, don't quit. Don't quit. Don't give up. Never give up. Never. Encourage somebody. Just encourage somebody. You just say something to somebody to make them understand, I understand what you're doing. And when people are talking to you about their plight, no matter what it be, we have to understand that all of us are on a journey in this life. But one thing we need to know, that we strengthen each other. And that's what the middle is. The middle is I can find my integrity. I can find my place in what I'm supposed to even be doing in this situation, in my journey, in my weight loss journey. It's not just that I've been waiting. It's as I wait, I'm being prepared for the next step. What is the next step? So that when I come out of the step that I just took, the next step is that I need to be willing to go and help somebody else. That's why we have that theme on our website. And one of the songs that I wrote is Push Your Foot Up Against Mine. That means something totally different to me because of my mother and something that my doctor had said to me, that my mother had spoke to me before she died. But what I took out of that whole statement was this: you gotta go and help somebody. So when you are too feeble or your world seems upside down, all I'm saying with Push Your Foot Up Against Mine is let me support you. And it don't have to be a Dorcas thing. It could be anybody. Sometimes we just don't know how to receive help. I am so guilty of that because I am such a giver. And people that are mostly givers, they have problems with receiving. But I've had to learn, and I don't tell you that it's easy, and I don't tell you that I've made it, but I'm telling you that I'm trying to ask God to help me to learn to receive. That's one of the hardest things for me to do, is let somebody help me. I mean, it just is. And so when we understand who we are, see, start looking inside of you. Changes from within. Start looking inside of you instead of somebody else. Somebody wanted to give me large sum of money. Well, they were, and they gave it to me, and I didn't want it. And then somebody bought me this purse, and and I'm like, I didn't want it. And somebody called again and got me a laptop. And I mean, just stuff that I've had to learn to receive because I didn't have the money to get it. See, when you are used to having and then all of a sudden you don't have no more, it's a total different ball game. But I tell you, the greatest gift that I believe that God has given us is each other, and learn how to give and receive from each other. So therefore, when I need help, I need to push my foot up against yours. When you need help, you can push your foot up against mine. This has been Dorcas Chandler at dorcasgazelle.com. And remember, whatever happens in the middle of life, don't you quit. And I pray that I don't quit either. I love you. Until next time, be blessed.